cosecant squared x plus cotangent of x minus 1 equals 0. Alright, first things first. Cosecants and cotangents, not my friends. Okay, I like everything in terms of sine and cosine if I can, so let's stick with that. I will tell you there's probably a shorter way. I'm thinking cosecant squareds can be turned into cotangents, but if I can't remember it, I might as well go with the way I know how to do, and that's turned in terms of sine and cosine. Cosecant is 1 over sine squared of x. Okay, cotangent is cosine x over sine of x. And I got, well, minus 1 for the right. Okay? So my next question is, well, better clear the denominators. When I have fractions like this, I can multiply it all by the same thing. I'm going to multiply everything by sine squared of x. Alright? Well, if I do that, which is I'll happily do, sine squared times 1 over sine squared is my favorite number, 1. Okay? Plus, the sine times the sine squared here. I get cosine of x, sine of x. Not good, alright, be honest. If we can't factor anything out, we're going to be up the creek. Okay? Alright, and then I get minus sine squared x equals 0. Alright, now I got sine of x, and the 1. Oh, that 1 is killing me because I can't factor. Alright, but here is a trick. 1 minus sine squared is something we do know. Whenever I see a 1 in it, it can disappear in terms of another one. That is actually cosine squared. Okay. And that's good, because if I have cosine squared x equals 0, I can factor now. And I'm going to take out a cosine of x, okay? Now all it comes from this identity right here, that 1 minus sine squared x equals cosine squared x, okay? So that was the substitution we made here. So all that, this went down there, and that other stuff got replaced with just that. Now, factor at this point, factor cosine, I got sine of x. Don't forget your x's, okay? Plus, right here, cosine of x. Alright, so far, so good. No problems there. We're in the very rare case that we get sine of x plus cosine of x, alright? So, let's see what happens. I'm going to say, I've got cosine of x equals 0, and I have sine of x plus cosine x equals 0 as well. All right? This rare case is the only one we might be able to deal with. Cosine of x equals 0, we should know that, okay? That's 90 and 270, okay? Now, sine of x equals cosine of x. First of all, think about it. One's got to be positive, the other one's got to be negative. One is sine positive and the other and cosine negative. That's in Q2. Alright? And also Q4. A rare combination there for sine and cosine. Alright? Alright, well, saying that, well, the other way you can think of it is 1 is sine of x equals negative cosine of x. Well, first of all, let's just say it's going to happen when these happen. That's when one's positive and the other's negative, because you can switch the sign. But also have to be the same measure. Right? When does sine have the same measure? Only once on the circle. 45 degrees. This is the specialty case. Alright? So 45 degrees. Well, 45 degrees in quadrant 2 is actually 135 degrees. And in quadrant 4, alright, that happens at 315 degrees. Alright? So we have a bunch of solutions here that are all over the board. 90, 135, 270, and 315. Okay. This is probably one of the toughest ones to answer, okay? Even when I was doing this, I forgot. I made this cosine square when I factored out cosine. I made it 1 by chance, okay? So you can see we're going to have a lot of problems. Cosine plus sine or cosine minus sine are the only times we're going to have something we can figure out that have different trig functions in it. So be aware of this key one. Okay, 45 degrees when they are equal. Okay, tough one to do.